you need to be your own best friend. You need to be your motivational speaker. You need to be your coach internally. You need to inspire yourself every day. Because the more you grow, the more you progress in finding that inner power, finding that inner foundation in your heart and your soul and your energy, your mind, your body, spirit, unifying, the more you realize that you just get further and further away from people. That they don't really like working off. Being validated by others is great. Being seen and applauded by others is great. Of course, you want approval. You want to feel appreciated. You want to feel like you have feedback. You want to feel like you're being received by people, of course. But the more you progress, the more you realize, hey, it's just me. I have to be fierce. I have to motivate myself every day. I have to be excited about doing what I'm doing in my purpose, or sharing or speaking or writing. Because ultimately, after a while, when you're in the grind, day by day by day, showing up, putting out videos, putting out podcasts, getting out there, meeting people, taking those risks, people aren't there for you. Like, people aren't going to be able to validate everything you do. Like, sometimes it's not fun. Sometimes you don't want to put yourself out there, but you just keep going and going and going. You show up every day, every single day, even when you don't want to. You pursue your dreams, you pursue your passions. That's an act of self-love. Exercising, working out for your mental health. That's a pledge. That's an act of self-honoring and self-love, even when you don't want to work out and you feel like crap. That's usually the time you need it, because it's going to help shift your mind state. So it's about taking your power back and realizing that you're beautiful, you're amazing, you're powerful, even when a lot of the people around you don't even realize it, or they can't see you. Because being stuck in environments or in a relationship or friendships or family where people are blind to your power, they're like blind to who you really are, it's exhausting. Like, I don't like being a mannequin. I don't like being like, in certain families or groups, I just like, all this chatter, all this blah, 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 all this show, all this song and dance. And it's so over frenzied and everyone's like fighting for attention. And it's so exhausting to me. Like, why do we have to have this whole song and dance? Like, why can't you just sense me, see me, be with me? There's nothing more nourishing in your soul when you're around someone who you just speak. Your heart speaks loudly. You don't have to do cartwheels and backflips and say, look, these are my hobbies and this is the money I make and this is why I'm a good, happy boy and I do a whole song and dance for you. Like, it's so exhausting. And you already know it's going to be draining, because you already know when you have to